Are you in the market for an uplifting story? I mean, to be honest, we all need an uplifting story in our life, don't we? Especially on a gloomy day like today. So I'm hoping this will cheer you up. Have you heard of Shifting Your Mindset? It's a charity in Nottingham, and it provides free workshops to support men and women and children to improve their well-being. And now, recently, the charity decided to start doing random acts of kindness to put a smile on people's faces. I mean, these things are great, aren't they, when they happen? How on earth do you coordinate something like that, though? The CEO and founder is Mutsa Makaka. Hello, afternoon to you.
Hi, how are you? Afternoon to you too.
Afternoon. So tell me a bit about what your charity does, first of all.
Okay. Oh, yeah, of course. Our charity, our aim is to improve and transform the lives of families, but our focus are men, fathers, and young children, or young people and children. So we offer different programs to empower dads to be more confident, more involved, and engaged with their children. We provide well-being support to men. We provide well-being activities for young people as well. Because simply because our focus for the next 5 years, our strategic focus for the next 5 years is mainly based on poor health outcomes for men. So considering we already work with a lot of dads within the community, so the other thing we thought, we might as well branch out to work with men as well.
Yeah. And how did the Random Acts of Kindness thing come about?
Random Acts of Kindness came about randomly, actually. So we had an anonymous donor, I'll call him, because he likes to be anonymous. He doesn't want to be known. He said, please don't mention my name. But an anonymous kind donor reached out to us and said, hey, we see the good things that you're doing in the community, especially for the men, for the families, for the young people. Is there any sort of support we could give you? What could I do? He sort of threw it back to us and said, what could I do to support you guys? And I was saying, prior to that, a few days, I was just talking to the other dad, and I was saying, with the cost of living and everything that's going on, we need something to stir up the narrative, to shift the mindset, to shift the narrative where we have people doing a lot of kind things to one another. Because if you look at the pandemic, if you look at all the worst things that have happened to humanity in history, the only way we've managed to overcome them is when we all come together. We all come together, put our heads together, and we share things. So it's that concept. And for me as well, because I'm a very religious person, everything that I do is driven by God. And one of the key things that I live on, the two key principles I live by personally is love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as you love yourself. So from that, loving your neighbor as you love yourself, I thought this is a principle that would work very well in the times that we're living in, where there's so much happening, the cost of living crisis, the war, inflation, everything is just chaotic.
Yeah. So how does it work then? How do these random acts of kindness happen? How do you coordinate them, if you can do such a thing? Can you coordinate a random act?
Yeah, you can, because that's the whole idea. The simplest of things can put a smile on somebody's face, and that's the concept. For us, it's not about doing a big thing. It's doing the smallest of thing with meaning, but to put a smile on somebody's face. So, for example, this past weekend, our random act of kindness was to a primary school in Radford Primary School. It's like a language school, a community school. And we know the school, the volunteers in the school came together within their own community to try and teach cultural awareness, to open up Arabic classes to everybody else within the community, to promote that community cohesion. And a lot of people don't know them. And I personally, I heard about their history through conversations and how they were, trying to be sustainable. A lot of things. They've gone through a lot, but they remained consistent to the fact that they wanted to provide this support within their community. So we thought, okay, this is what they're doing. Let's surprise them because they've been through such a hard time. Let's go visit the kids and give the kids a good day. So we went there, spent some time with the kids, popcorn, candy floors, drinks, sweets, treats, and then cleaned the school after. So,
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
What else you've done others though, haven't you? Give me some other examples.
Another example is the first week we started it, we had sandwiches. So we decided to just like randomly deliver sandwiches around Nottingham, especially in the homeless spots. Where we know a lot of people, sometimes the homeless people don't have access to get information of what's going on, where food hampers are available, or they don't have access, even if they get food hampers, they don't get access to warm up food. So we drove around the city with the dads, and we just went in the random hotspots, and we randomly would meet people from Hyson Green, Snantons, and Ann. So we left like at 6. We left our meeting point at 6, and we got back in our houses like after midnight, just driving around. And we sent a broadcast message because we've got a broadcast list with over 200 people, like phone numbers on there. So we usually send, whenever we're doing a random act that is not for a specific area, we send a broadcast message. So people will say, oh, yes, I want that. Please drop that up to us. Oh, I need this. Yeah, please drop that up to us. So we just go by the people we know, our social media, and we spread that, which is essentially what we're trying to do to inspire other people to do the same within their communities. Spread the fire of kindness.
I see. Yeah, well, these things do spread, don't they? They really do. So, and do you need any help with this? You know, do you need help with people joining you, or do you want nominations for places that you could go and treat people?
Yes, please. We would love nominations. We'd love to hear what people would consider, because it's not a big thing. It's not like it's a project. It's a random act, a simple act to put a smile on somebody's face. So if people can say, you know, even nursing homes, if they say, could you please come and help us do a spring cleaning? We're there. You know, different things like that. So we would love to hear what people would consider random, or if there any areas they think, oh, you know, this would be help. What would help us is people joining in the kindness challenge. We're challenging people to do whatever they can do, even the smallest of things, even just giving way to somebody in a day. Do something to put a smile in somebody's face.
Okay.
That's the help we're calling for, and people to join the challenge, kindness challenge, and share it. Share it as much as you can, because we want good to be louder than bad at the moment.
Mutsa, it's been great to talk to you. Mutsa Makaka on BBC Radio Nottingham, and she's trying to inspire, isn't she? Like a wave of kindness across Nottinghamshire. If you want to do any of the nominating, by the way, they do have a Facebook page, facebook.com/shifting2021. Or if you just search for Shifting Your Mindset, the Nottingham charity, you should find all the info that you need.
The Mix.